Desert Botanical Garden, it's Chris.
Okay, Chris, this is Roy.
I sent you a picture of the plaque, the designation plaque that went on the building when we built it, showing 1939, I believe. It just says that the building is in the Phoenix Historical Designation, Phoenix Historic Preservation Commission. And it's just a plaque on the sign of the building. I just wanted you to have that because it has the date.
I didn't know anything about the Desert Botanical Garden until you contacted me. Never heard about it. I did a little research on it. You got a real nice setup, much of a bigger operation than I thought. But for our conversation, a little bit about there's one main building there that's made out of adobe, right?
Yes, and only part of the building is. There've been additions and whatever in block and whatnot, but the original building was 1939 and is adobe.
Was that building that we're talking about, was it always stuccoed?
Yes.
So when they built the building, did they build it with the adobes on site?
That I do not know. Everything that I do know leads me to believe that they did build it with adobe on site. I don't have that information, and I've never seen it. I've been here for 21 years, and I have never seen that information on that building. I sent you also a picture, display window on Adobe Makeup, and that's just a little window we have in the back. It's at back of house, so nobody else can really see it except employees. But it just shows the mud inside the wall.
Yes, I saw that. A very good picture. I was able to blow it up. Very interesting. You know, as you blow that picture up, you can see what I believe were little pieces of straw, but also vegetation in there. Did you notice that?
That little window, to my knowledge, has only been removed once since I've been here, and that's to replace the glass on it so that we could see inside. Other than that, and nothing was replaced in it at that time either.
It definitely looks like original type of sun-dried mud adobe that we Americans typically think about when we think about adobe, which is adobe that was dug out of the ground, dumped into forms, added water to it, straw. When that had a chance to dry in the wood forms were lifted off, the adobes were placed out in the sun and put out there to bake for who knows how long, depending on the weather, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months. But this looks like a real, authentic adobe you've got. Now, the reason why I say that, Chris, is because I don't believe that this adobe that I'm looking at, because I got the picture pulled up, I don't think in 1939 they were really putting in too much of the additives that they do now to stabilize the adobes. Now, with all the adobes that are produced today, at least commercially, they add either a cement percentage in there or asphalt emulsion, road tar. And they don't really use too much straw anymore when they put in an asphalt stabilizing emulsion or a cement stabilizer in there. It's just kind of helpful. I'm glad that we have this picture because it kind of shows what we're dealing with. So we're dealing with basically an adobe that's built in 1939, probably built on site, not stabilized, sun-dried. It's a pretty fragile adobe. Have you ever had situations where the stucco just failed in a large area and you were able to look inside that failed area and see the condition of the adobe?
No. This is the only part where I've ever seen the mud is this picture where we have that little display window.
Okay. Tell me a little bit, Chris, about the repair work that has been done. Obviously, in some of the pictures you sent me, there were leaks that developed, but any other helpful hints about the history of any type of repairs to the stucco itself?
Since I've been here, it's been minor patching of areas. We don't see too much stucco fall off the building, unlike a couple of the pictures I've shown you. So it's minor stucco patching.